I couldn't stop going to town and buying books. So we're in for the long haul with this video. I've actually already filmed this video once, but YouTube just would not upload it, so I'm giving it another go. There is a lot of books, so it's probably going to be a long video, and I'm going to try and do the unthinkable and film it in like one take without editing, just because I want to get it up. So bear with me in this video. Hopefully it will go okay. I would definitely grab a drink or get comfortable, because this is probably going to be a long video. I have some Fanta lemon. I don't even know where to begin. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to my channel. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And also add me on Goodreads and follow me on Instagram. I always write a review for every book that I've read, even if it's just like a short one. And also on my Instagram, I like put on my story what I'm reading at the moment. So if you want to keep up to date with that and just like my life in general, then look in the description bar below. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we will start with the books that I have read out of this haul, and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's jump into this ridiculous haul. Oh, where to begin? Who knows? Okay, so I think we'll start with a series. In my last book haul, I hauled Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. I also spoke about it in the Book Dark. I loved it. It was the first in the Devil Knight series, so I bought the rest. Yeah, I picked up all of the other books. I ordered them on Amazon, and I have read another 3, so I've got 2 books left to read. So we had Corrupt last time, and then next we have Hideaway, Kill Switch, Conclave, which is like a little novella, and then Nightfall, and Fire Night, which is like another little novella right at the end of the series. So I have read out of these books, I have read Hideaway, which I gave 4.25 stars, Kill Switch, which I gave 4.75 stars, and also Conclave, which I gave 4 stars. That's a lot of information, really, really quickly. So this is a series that follows, it's a dark romance series that follows a group of friends that they call themselves the Four Horsemen, and each book is like a separate guy and their love interest, or their like torment interest is probably a better way to put it. So Corrupt follows Michael and Rika. Hideaway follows Guy and Banks. Kill Switch follows Damon and Winter. And then Conclave is Damon and Rika. It's like just a little like 100-page novella, which is set between Kill Switch and Nightfall. And then Nightfall follows Emery which is just amazing. Damon is my fucking boy, man. Like, this series really reminds me of being in high school. I was a bit of a party animal in high school, definitely making lots of questionable choices, unlawful choices, and it kind of just takes me back to that time in my life, which I fucking loved, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, definitely gets me nostalgic. This series is like a wild ride, like so much happens in it. There's a lot of smut, there's murders, I would definitely check the trigger warnings. There's like bad deals, there's rich, obnoxious men, lots of like morally grey men. It's just, I love it. So, these are the first Penelope Douglas books that I've read. I've actually bought more of her works, just because I've loved these so much. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get round to Nightfall and Fire Night soon. This Nightfall is a big book, like, it's definitely like taller than like most books, and it's also very thick. So it's quite intimidating, but I can't wait. I am going to go into like a deep dark depression when this series is over. I've got to check my mics on, because I love it so much. I almost don't want to finish it because I'm going to be sad. So yeah, love. I think they're republishing these. I believe that like Penguin have bought the rights to Penelope Douglas's books, and they're like republishing them with new covers. Those covers are so fucking ugly, but we move. I would definitely recommend the series to anyone who's into like dark romance. Okay, so next we have a book that I already own this in a paperback, but I read it this month and I loved it. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I was an emotional mess after reading this book. I think it's the best book I've read this year. It's probably in like my top 3 books of all time. I don't know why it's taken me so long to read it, but I loved it so much that I needed to get the special edition hardback, so I did. And that is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Honestly, if you read one book this year, read this book. You will cry for days and days and days, but you'll also probably be like a little bit turned on, and your heart will be so full. I can't even like a 5-star read, all the stars. Like saying that is a 5-star read is probably an understatement. This is a retelling of the Iliad. So it's based in Greek mythology and follows Achilles and Patroclus. And their kind of like journey, their relationship and friendship, and also their journey to like Troy. How beautiful is this edition? I have this edition like on display on my bookshelf. I got this off Vinted. Some people are selling this copy for like 40 quid. I'm not too sure why. I got this for like 15, which is cheaper than it sells for in like Waterstone. It's so beautiful. It is so beautifully written. I'm excited to read Circe because I do have that as well that I need to get around to, but I don't know what I was expecting from this book, but I wasn't expecting what I read. I was just blown away. I was like on my family group chat like screaming, crying, throwing up about this book. It is just perfect. So yeah. It says on the back, we were like gods at the dawning of the world, and our joy was so bright we could see nothing else but the other. It's amazing. Okay, so next is another book that I have read. Again, another 5-star read. I'm doing well for like books that I love at the moment, and that is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition, so it has the sprayed edges, which I am a sucker for. This is like the hardback. I am definitely not like a contemporary romance kind of girl. I think this is actually probably the only contemporary romance that I've ever read that I can like properly remember. Again, I was rocking back and forth, shaking, crying, laughing so much. I had no idea how this was going to end. I was like in a state of perpetual like shock throughout this entire book, and then I just loved it. It was amazing. It was amazing. I haven't read any Emily Henry, and I basically just saw all the reviews on Goodreads and on BookTube and Instagram, and I got massive FOMO, and I'm glad because this is amazing. So good. I will read you the back. It says, "Go to your happy place. I think desperately, only to realise I'm literally in my happy place, and he is here. The very last person I expected to see. The very last person I want to see. Win Connor, my fiance." Win Connor, I've fallen in love with him. And like Harriet in here, if you like dry, sarcastic humour, you will like this book. There was just points in it where I was like laughing out loud. Like her humour reminded me so much of my own. And it's got like the found family in it. It's just, again, it's like again so beautifully written. It's just amazing. 2 X's, 1 pact. Could this holiday change everything? This book changed everything. It's so good. I got through this in like under a day. I started it one afternoon and finished it like the next morning. I literally only put it down to sleep. So yeah, perfect. And then let me just look. I'm just looking at my books and thinking, which ones have I read? So another one that I've read is The Cheerleaders by Cara Thomas, and it says 5 girls lied, 5 girls died. This is one that I saw someone review on Goodreads, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So I picked it up. I got this from World of Books, and it was like £3. So this basically revolves around 5 girls cheerleaders who all die in the space of a month, and it follows the sister of one of the cheerleaders, and she kind of uncovers that the cause of their death might not be what is like what the public thinks it is. So it's all about her like uncovering lies. There is a couple of twists in this. I gave it 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. It's definitely like pretty fast paced. Definitely keeps you like interested and wanting to know more. I didn't like the last chapter. I really didn't expect, so this took me like only a couple of days to read, and I am definitely glad I picked it up. I know that I think they've like republished this with a different cover, but I would definitely recommend it. It won't take you too long to read, and it's very like suspenseful. I've been picking up like a lot of books recently that I wouldn't necessarily choose, and I've been enjoying them, so yeah. Okay, then we have the book that I'm currently reading, which is Briar Dark I don't even know how many. I started it yesterday. I'm probably like maybe like 100-ish pages in, and so far I'm really, really enjoying it. I believe this author is like an independent writer, and she's published this in January. I believe there's a second one coming out at some point. I had a quick look on her Instagram. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking this author out. I don't think she's like that well known, so go give her some love for sure. Because so far this is great. I'm gonna try and like explain this in the best like terms that I can, but it basically is about this group of like scientists, and they go in to Briar Dark, which is in the Dead Switch wilderness. So they're in the wilderness doing some research, and a previous team went in like a few years earlier, and they all disappeared without a trace. So it follows them and their like creepy, unexplained events that are happening. And then it also follows this IT guy who finds like a, what am I god, what they called? A USB, and it has like all the audios and data from this group. So it's like switch points of view, and also like different timelines, and a lot of weird shit goes down, basically. But it's definitely really eerie. I really like how it's written so far. It kind of creates like a really creepy atmosphere, so I would definitely recommend picking this up. When I do finish this, I will put a review on my Goodreads. But if it like continues how it's going so far, then I'm gonna have higher expectations, so we will see. I think I saw this on like a list of like new horror releases, and I was just like, okay, I'll order it. I didn't know anything about like the author or anything, but yeah, definitely go give it some love because it's so good so far. So we shall see how it unfolds. Okay, so now we're just going to get into the books that I haven't read yet, and I'm just going to pick them up and see how we go on from there. Okay, so the first one is Atlanta by Jennifer Saint. There is a plug here and it keeps getting like stuck in my hair. So this is Atlanta by Jennifer Saint. It's a new release. I think it came out in April. I've read the other two books from Jennifer Saint, which were Electra and Ariadne, and I enjoyed them. I think I gave them both 3.75s. And they're all like feminist Greek mythology retellings. So yeah, if you're into Greek mythology and feminist retellings, definitely pick those up. This one follows Atlanta, who was the only female Argonaut, I believe. I believe she was left on a mountainside by her father, the king of Arcadia, and raised by a bear and her cubs. So that's all I know about this so far. If it's anything else like Jennifer Saint's books, then it's going to be good. I had to pick it up. Not too sure when I'll get round to this. I think I want to read this Circe by Madeline Miller but everyone's obsessed with her. So I was like, I'm going to just pick one up because it's free, and I'm just going to read it and see how we get on. And if I don't like it, then I just won't pick up any other books again. So the book I picked up was All Your Perfects. I don't really actually know what this is about. I will read the back for you. Is it me or does she literally like pump out books like daily? There just seems to be so many of them, I can't keep track. So it says, can a love story with a perfect beginning survive a lifetime between two imperfect people? I'm already bored. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. And then it says, then the last thing Quinn expected was to meet the love of her life just outside her fiance's front door. A year after leaving behind their cheating partners, Quinn and Graham are in a perfect relationship that seems designed by fate. Now, 7 years later, their perfect love is threatened by their imperfect marriage. The memories, mistakes and dreams that they have built up over the years are tearing them apart. The one thing that could save them might also be the very thing that pushes their marriage past the point of no return. Well, at least it's not that big. So we'll see. We'll see how I get on with this. Sorry if you could hear like a tapping noise. I have like cute little things attached to my window, but the wind is like banging them. So yeah, we'll see how I get on with it. If you like actually do like Colleen Hoover and want to recommend any of her books, let me know. Maybe we shall see if I like this. If I like this one, then maybe I'll pick up a few others, but I don't have like the highest hopes in the world. I'm just checking that I've actually got all the books that I've bought down because there's so many. It'd be easy to leave some out. No, I think I've got them all. Okay, so next we have a memoir that came out this month, and that is Page Boy by Elliot Page. This is a new release, which was released at the beginning of this month. I wanted to start reading a few more memoirs, so I thought this would be like a good place to begin. I've read a couple others, but they're not usually something like I reach for, so I wanted to kind of expand my reading on them. And I am definitely interested in reading this. I believe that it'll talk about like his time in Hollywood, his transition, his experiences as like navigating that in the public eye. I've seen Juno and I've watched like a few episodes of Umbrella Academy, but apart from that I don't really know much. But I've heard some good things about this, so I'm looking forward to picking it up. I've got a lot of hardbacks recently. I don't usually like hardbacks. So yeah, I think I'll get round to this soon. I'm definitely going to read this like this summer. So we shall see how I get on. Next we have Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I want to read like everything that Penelope Douglas has written. Like slowly but surely I will make my way through it. Again, this is like dual point of view. I believe another dark romance. I think this has a large age gap, so if you're not into that, then probably give this a miss. And I believe it revolves around a female and her boyfriend's dad. That's the gist of what I get from this. I like to go into some books without knowing like too much, because then I'm like shocked and alert. So I know that a lot of you might have probably already read this. Sorry, I've got like the itchiest nose. My window's open. I don't usually suffer from hay fever, but it's so itchy, like the tip of my nose. And again, I'm going to try not edit this, so I'm just going to keep that in. Penelope Douglas is so good with smut, so I'm going to assume this has a lot of smut in. I'm hoping it does, because I like pure filth. What can I say? I am not ashamed. So yeah, I'm excited to pick this one up. Again, this will probably be one that I pick up soon. I don't know why, but I just feel like this is like kind of like a summer read. Even though it says birthday girl, my birthday is on Christmas Day. So I can't read like summery books on my birthday. This, for all I know, could be set in like literally like the midst of winter, but she's in a pool, so yeah, birthday girl. And then I have another Penelope Douglas. And it's Credence. I think that's how you say it, Credence. This is a standalone, so Birthday Girl's a standalone and Credence is a standalone. We'll read the back of this one as well. Okay, we're going to struggle with this name. TNN Diaz doesn't care about anything anymore. The only child of a film producer and his starlet wife, she's grown up with wealth and privilege, but not love or guidance. Shipped off to boarding school from an early age, it was still impossible to escape the loneliness and carve out a life of her own. The shadow of her parents' fame followed her everywhere. And when they suddenly pass away, she knows she should be devastated. But has anything really changed? She's always been alone, hasn't she? Jake Vanderberg, that's a rich person's name, her father's stepbrother and her only living relative assumes guardianship of Tiernan, who is still 2 months shy of 18, sent to live with him and his 2 sons, Noah and Caleb, in the mountains of Colorado. Tiernan soon learns that these men now have a say in what she chooses to care and not care about anymore. As the 3 of them take her under their wing, teach her to work and survive in the remote woods far away from the rest of the world, she slowly finds her place amongst them and as a part of them. And she soon also realises that lines blur and rules become easy to break when no one else is watching. One of them has her, the other one wants her, but he's going to keep her. So yeah, it sounds like a good time. I actually do like the cover for this one. So we shall see how we get on with this one. Again, Penelope Douglas. I'm expecting lots of spice. I'm expecting to feel uncomfortable but turned on at the same time. I hope she delivers. Oh, you know what? I have actually missed out a book that I've already read, so we'll just do that one now. This is The Dare by Harley LaRue. I asked for some like smutty, filthy recommendations, and Hayley Jean ASMR Queen recommended this. She said this was all porn and no plot, and there is not a truer description. This is just pure, like, erotica from start to finish. I ate it up and finished it in under 2 hours. If you're wanting some like unholy good time, this is a good book to pick up for that. This is about like 2, I guess, like enemies at high school, and they play a game of drink or dare where the loser has to become the other slave for the night at a party, and it goes from there. Definitely check the trigger warnings. There's a clown orgy, there's some like boot fetish play. There's some knife play. All I can say about this book is that I hope Jessica gets some throat spray to numb her entire upper area. I believe this is like a novella in the Losers series. I haven't read any of the Losers books, but I believe this is like 0.5. It's only like 140 pages, so. If you're feeling kind of lonely and need to treat yourself, this is for you. I gave this 4 stars. Enough said on that book. Next we have, I think this is another dark romance. I like dark romances. This is Devil's Playground, number 1. So this is a series. This is by Natalie Bennett. I think it's called Curriculum. I'm not too sure what this is about. Again, I was at work, working hard, and Googling like the best dark romances, and this was like on the list. It was like a list of 32, and this was one of them. And it says, Ave Satanus, something wicked this way comes. It's time for the reckoning to begin. Enter the Devil's Playground. Weary where you tread, for demons are lurking, with trickery up their sleeves. Here good and bad cease to exist, and all will make it to the end. The price of freedom will be revealed, only after bloodshed and rapture, a claiming of one and purging of others. That audio recording played exactly 3 minutes before the crash. Now stranded with a group of strangers, Liliana Serpine musters out who and who not to trust as she navigates her way through hell in the form of an opulent city. In the midst of it all, she'll awaken a side of her she never knew existed, dabble in the taboo and be tempted by the forbidden. Slowly she'll begin to discover the kind of secrets that will shatter the world as she knows it. So, we shall see how I get on with this one. Again, I'm not entirely sure much more than that. It's pretty short. I like the writing's quite big, so I don't think it'll take me too long. I might be like saying that this is in like completely the wrong genre. I have no idea, but it was on that list, so it sounds dark and twisted, and I like dark and twisted. Okay, we'll have a bit of a break from dark romances before we get back to them a little bit later. We shall go with this Not Alone by Sarah K. Jackson. I've never heard of this one, I haven't seen any reviews. I went into Waterstones and basically I saw the cover and it's like glittery. So I was like, oh, that looks cute, so I picked it up. And I thought it sounded interesting. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world, and it follows a mother and her son, and her mother's kind of fight to protect her son against whatever dangers that come their way. But I believe they have to leave their safe place and go on like a journey to find his father. I love like a post-apocalyptic setting, but this sounded like a bit different to the ones I usually pick up. Usually I'll pick up like something where they're kind of like young and it revolves around like a group of people, like a group of friends or like people that they meet. Not usually a parent-child relationship, but I wanted to pick this up because I feel like it's going to pull on some heartstrings. I have kids, so sometimes I feel a little bit like emotionally unstable picking up books that focus on that kind of relationship, just because I can't imagine anything happening to like my two. But it sounded different, and he year, so it's a new release. So that was the noise of the spine. I'm gonna definitely pick this one up soon, just because I want to be like, if it's really good, I want to like be in the hype. So yeah, something a little bit different, but very much looking forward to it, and it's just such a beautiful cover. I love this cover. Okay, so next we have The One by John Mars. Again, this is one that I picked up on World of Books, and it's another one that I saw like a review of on Goodreads. I can't remember who I saw review it. She's called Sydney, but I can't remember her like handle or last name. I'll link her below. She's really popular, so you probably already know her, but she reads a lot of like horror and thriller books, and she seemed to give this a good review. Oh. And I believe this is kind of about being able to find like the love of your life through matching DNA. Not matching DNA as in like family, because that would be disgusting, but as in like sharing as a particular, like, what does it say? A particular gene. So they should do a DNA test, and like you're meant to like match one gene with one other person in the world, and they're meant to be like the love of your life. But I think it pretty much all goes wrong, and a lot of shit hits the fan. It's got blood splatters all over it, so I'm gonna guess it is a love story. It says it's compelling and dark, so right up my stream. We shall see how I get on with this one. I'm not too sure. This is from 2016. Why is it like, even though this is from 2016, it literally looks like it was like published in the 90s. The same with the Cheerleaders. So yeah. I've seen some other books by John Mars that look interesting. I can't remember any of the names now, but I think there's a few on my like want to read list on Goodreads. So we shall see how we get on. Okay. Again. So again, this is actually another book that I have read. It was like they were like tucked under some other books, so I couldn't see them. This again is another dark romance, and it is There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. This is a duology. I haven't read the second book yet. I gave this a 3.5. It basically follows two competing serial killers who are also artists. Obviously they're secret serial killers, and it involves their kind of games with a girl who is also an artist. I'm just trying to undo my shoelace, I'm so sorry. So yeah, one of them gets kind of like really infatuated with this girl, whilst the other kind of tries to toy with both of them. But there's a bit of smut, there's a little bit of spice. It's not like the spiciest book. There's definitely some like dark events that happen. I wasn't like really that like overwhelmed with this book. I thought it was going to be a lot darker than it was, especially for a book that involves like serial killers. I would still go into it like with caution, but it wasn't like really too disturbing. Either that or I am just ridiculously desensitized. I don't think I am really that desensitized. Like things do still affect me, but this was just not one of them. I will definitely pick up the second book at some point, because I do want to know what happens, and I do recommend it. It's really like easy to something you're into, then I would definitely pick it up. I can see why this is really popular, and I can see why like people are really attracted to the guys. I was just not one of them. I mean, there's like a morally grey, and then there's these men, but I do like the cover though. Okay, so next is one that I picked up on a buy one get one half price at Waterstones. I've never heard of this book before. I picked it up because I liked the cover, and then like the start, like the back of it did sound interesting, and that is Girls of Little Hope, Sam Bessinger and Dale Halvorson. Why do these people have names that I can never pronounce? And it says on the back like 3 girls go into the woods, 2 of them come out. So I believe one of the girls is murdered. And again, like another book that I discussed earlier, the like cause of death is eventually like disputed. And I know like caves involved. I know like the girls have to go like back into the woods, and all like there's lots of lies and twists and turns. The back kind of reminded me of the Book of Accidents. A cave is involved in that. And also it kind of reminded me of the Light Out Witches, like how someone like disappears and things aren't like really what they seem like. But to be honest, I just liked the cover. It's got like the girls with the milk carton on. I thought it looked really cool. And I was in the mood to like pick up some books that I just wouldn't normally like reach for, or that I hadn't heard of before, just to see how I got on with them. So yeah, does sound like interesting. I'm gonna try and like not really look at reviews for these ones, because sometimes I think I look at the reviews and then I'm kind of like a little bit swayed by what they say. So we'll see. And then the second book that I got in that offer was again another one that I've not heard anything about. But it sounded fun. And that's Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. It says it's a TikTok sensation. I wouldn't know because I don't have TikTok because I'm fucking ancient. I mean, I'm only 26, but I'm like slumping down here. It says on the back, for years I've dreamt of what college life could bring, and while some things changed, there was always one constant. It didn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run, my future was clear, and he was it, until suddenly he wasn't. Now there's a new man in my life, one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me. I opened the book on like one random page, and it was talking about how she was about to have an orgasm, so I was like sold. So I'm gonna guess there's a little bit of spice in this. I don't know how much. There's an American football on the front. I think that's an American football. To me, it looks like a rugby ball because I am English, but this is set in America, so I assume this is an American football. And yeah, it just was like, that sounds fun. It sounds like a good time. It sounds like up my street. I like things when they're set in college. I think I kind of just like refusing to grow up. So I just like live through characters in a book. So yeah, let me know if you've read this. I am excited to pick this one up. It's quite thick though. So we've got 3 books left. What are we doing? 47 minutes. We're doing alright. listening to like a few audiobooks as well, so there will be books that I've already hauled in the wrap up, but I'll be going into like more depth about how I feel about them. So yeah. So we have A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Again, another that I just saw a review on Goodreads and was like, that sounds good, I'll pick it up. Sometimes these books arrive and I'm like, I can't remember ordering that and I can't remember what it's about. This is one of those books. And it says, she thought the murders had stopped. She was wrong. So I believe this follows a girl and her dad is accused and convicted of being a serial killer and killing loads and loads of, I think it's like loads of girls. He kills loads of people, he's a serial killer, supposedly, but then the murders start happening again, and I guess that it kind of like follows her wanting to find out the truth about the previous murders and also what's occurring at the moment. It sounds like a dark, thrilling, suspenseful time. It says, is crime stalker like a shadow? Then history repeats itself. And it happens on the anniversary of her father's crime, so. Is it me or does like every thriller have like the same cover? I feel like they all look exactly the same. There's not many happy books in this haul. If you have any recommendations for books that are like a serotonin like kick, let me know, because I feel like I need it. The last 2 books are by the same author, so these are 2 books by Grady Hendrix. I have read one Grady Hendrix book before. I read My Best Friend's Exorcism, which I did enjoy. I gave it 3.75, and I've heard some really good things about like the rest of like his other books, so I was like, I'm gonna pick them up. And the first one I got was The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Everyone loves this, so I was like, yes, I need to get it. I want to find out what the hype is. I love the cover of it. I love Grady Hendrix covers, even though like, well, I'm saying that the next book is like a bit different, but like his books are really big and then they're like, ugh, don't you love it when a book does that and it just like flops? I do. This says, Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then James Harris walks into her life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years, but when children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? It sounds so good. So yeah, I want to get around to this one soon, but I feel like I've said that about so many books. But we'll get that. And then finally, we have The Final Girl Support Group. Again, another Grady Hendrix book. I love like slasher films, horror films. Oh, they are like my bread and butter. So this just calls to me. It's like a magnet. And I believe this is about a group of girls who survive, well, a group of people, and they've each survived like some kind of like a traumatic event. And I don't believe it's like the same event. They all go to like a group. It's like group therapy for people years ago. So yeah, this sounds like up my street to a T. And it won the Good Choice 2021 awards in horror. I probably will read this one before the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. This may even be like my next read. We shall see. Even though I am reading one that's quite dark at the moment, sometimes I feel like I need a palette cleanser of like something a little bit lighter. But we shall see. So yeah, there we have it. My back is aching so much. I need to get like a proper chair to film these videos on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I understand if you had to like click out and come back. It's been a long one. I have a lot of books to get through. But we will get there. Please, by the way, let me know like other videos that you are wanting to see. I feel like sometimes I find it difficult to kind of think of ideas of what to film, especially if it's not book related. Like, it doesn't have to be book related. So yeah, let me know. Please remember to subscribe. And if you're interested in like finding out my reviews, then look in the description below. And yeah, comment and like. I like interacting with you guys. So I was really wanting to like make a book club. I just don't know like what I would make it on, and also like what would we talk on, like how do I go about doing that, and also if anybody would actually be interested in doing that, because I would love that. I would love being able to like read the same book as other people at the same time and be able to like talk about it. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. And also give me tips on how to start it. But apart from that,